Hi, you're listening to 107.9 WYNF Unsigned.
Unsigned.
We're Big White Undies.
Big White Undies. Undies. It's our name.
Nobody can say it like themselves. Big White Undies here on Florida's Rock Classic 107.9 WYNF. Half that laughter live in the studio, half of it.
Matter at all, it doesn't matter at all. Matter at all, it doesn't matter at all.
Hi, YNF's Unsigned. You're talking to Big White Undies.
Well, they were in my restaurant today, and I think they left their glasses. This is Saul. Did they leave their glasses in the restaurant yesterday?
I brought them with me so I would have them with me.
Should I bring my shoes too?
Are you talking about water glasses or eyeglasses?
Eyeglasses.
We have people too who have glasses. And shoes.
Did you have a bowl of plenty?
Do you wear glasses?
Hi, YNF's Unsigned. You're talking to Big White Undies.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm going to do a quick commercial break here. We're running really short on time. We're going to come back. We're going to do a song from the band Mirrored Image. We'll talk to the Big White Undies real quick again as we come back. You're listening to 107.9 YNF's Unsigned.
Hi, you're listening to 107.9 WYNF Unsigned.
Unsigned.
We're Big White Undies.
Big White Undies. It's our name.
Nobody can say it like themselves. Big White Undies here on Florida's Rock Classic 107.9 YNF. Half that laughter live in the studio, half of it out of Card Deck 3, which fortunately is working here. You guys ever run into technical problems? What do you do with that when you're on the road? Because sometimes here, I know the studios seem top-notch and palatial.
You want to hear a really good technical problem we ran into? We played a gig in D.C. at a place called the Grog and Tankard, and Dave happened to be really sick that night and wound up leaving the stage to go into the bathroom and I don't know, do whatever it is that he had to do. And Pat, Eric, and I just proceeded to jam, and that was a pretty big technical problem.
That was tough.
It is always a problem when you lose one of your band members.
He just walked off. He was like, that's it, man.
Whenever we have technical problems, we tend to handle them very eloquently, not unlike maybe Baryshnikov.
I just pop out a Mentos, you know.
Actually, we
give everybody a thumbs up.
Mentos will definitely work all the time. Sky, why don't you say hello to the folks?
Hey, Sky.
He's smiling anyway. Sky.
Hi there.
Sky's
everybody.
What's your position within the Big White Undies organization?
Hi, Joe.
He drives the bus. Okay, that's what he does, right?
No, they took my license away.
Yeah, we let him hang out with us, and you know, we give him that manager title just to keep him off the streets.
Is he working hard for you guys?
No, doesn't do anything.
Okay. Well, he got you here. I don't know, whatever that's worth.
He gets up every day real early and starts working for us, and stays up way past all of us, and generally doesn't eat either.
And then drives.
He does drive you guys?
Well, he drives.
Great.
You guys have a limo, jet, Learjet? You have
All the above. Big invisible jet.
How have the CD sales been going for the Matter CD process? Are you guys getting national sales at all, or is it just mostly local? Or
We just signed a distribution deal, so we're gonna get into a regional thing soon. It's mostly been around Florida though, and around our strong markets.
Okay. And now strong markets would be markets where there's radio stations playing your stuff.
That helps.
Is there any particular towns or cities across the country that have given you a little more support as far as radio airplay goes?
Well, our
Orlando.
hometown is really
Gainesville.
Coming through for you?
behind. Not just behind us, but a lot of
Fort
the music
Myers.
is there.
Fort Myers is doing. Are you guys? Now this is an unsigned program. Obviously, we do local music between 9 and 10. And unfortunately, we don't do a whole lot of local stuff within our regular format, and there's not a whole lot of radio stations that do. And it seems like from the bands I've met and from my experience in radio, it's kind of hard to break into the format, any formats that are out there, and get like 20 spins a week on a station. What are you guys doing as far as that goes? Is it hit and miss with the radio for you, or do you have somebody working for you as far as working on getting stations to play you more often, the alternative stations, the modern rock stations?
It can be a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah, Sky works pretty tirelessly on on that. We haven't like hired an independent promoter to do that, but at some point I guess we probably must.
For people out there that don't realize that there's a lot, the music that you hear on the radio and the songs that become popular and the bands that become millionaires, a lot of time has to do with not so much great music, but a lot of management, hype, being lucky and stuff like that. And I suppose you guys are just waiting for that to click, and you seem to be doing okay as far as we go now. Recently, you played a show in D.C. that was kind of special, or something different that you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, we went up for a big animal rights march, and it was really a fantastic experience. You had your Washington Monument on your left and the White House on the right, and a lot of celebrities, and just 20,000 people with a really good...
30,
really?
30,000?
That was the official
fantastic.
Washington Post
yeah, just
estimate.
a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of heart, and it was just a very big day.
You guys were one band within a number of bands, or?
No, we were the only
we were
band.
it.
You guys, Big White Undies in front of...
We opened for Dr. Jane Goodall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Chrissy Hine performed a song, and so did Jane Whelan.
No, I know she's Chrissy Hine is very involved in PETA and the animal rights movement. Is this something?
She introduced us.
Is this something that is true to you guys? Are you truly motivated and interested in the animal movement, or is it just a good opportunity to play in front of a lot of people? I'm sure the former instead of the latter, but
No, I think we probably would have been there anyway, or tried to have been there.
Yeah, we care.
Yeah.
but it's always nice when there's 20 to 30,000 people to hear your music. So
That too.
you got to do a long set. It wasn't just like 2 songs and you're off.
It was
like
two
some of these
or three
festivals.
songs at a time, but we
Okay.
played, all morning, and the people gathered for the march, and we got to rev them up a little bit. It was really cool.
Excellent. You also have opened for Blues Traveler, played with them.
Yeah.
Those guys are great. I've never personally seen them live. Of course, seen them perform on Letterman a couple times, but I've been with that band since the original CD back when found that when I was in college, and I think it's probably their best as the single But Anyway and a lot of other
Great
good stuff on there.
songs.
Those guys are good live performers and songwriters. Where was the case that you got to play with them?
It was in Gainesville.
Yeah, it was a big outdoor show that I think the university put on, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and we had spent most of the night before jamming with a couple of the guys over at the Market Street pub till like 5 in the morning.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you got to rub shoulders with them a bit, get to be friendly with them, and
Yeah, they are really friendly guys. They're really cool.
when you bump into guys like that who are, doing it, putting out, CD after CD and doing the tour thing, and they've, Popper's actually organized a whole horde deal, from what I understand. Besides the camaraderie thing, do you get some knowledge from that? Is there advice that these guys give you?
They showed us their tour bus, which was kind of
Can be very inspirational. Yeah.
Open up the door and look at someday.
I guess just the example of their behavior is what I noticed the most. They're not pounding the pulpit saying, "Hey, kid, if you want to make it in the business, you got to act like this." They just seem to be on it and pretty balanced and cool and not all full of themselves.
Excellent. Nice guys. And you've also worked with Joan Osborne. You've also worked with Joan Osborne, who has a nose ring and a nose front as well. Oh, if this was only TV. That's okay. We've had worse things happen. But Joan Osborne, very nice lady, very talented.
What a performer, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
God.
out of the whole weekend, P-Funk played, and there were some great bands. She fucking blew me away.
It was good. But and also you're part of the 1994 MTV Rock the Vote
I
CD.
apologize.
You're on the Rock the Vote CD.
Yes, we are.
And I hate to go back to the Big White Undies thing. I hate to go back to the joke about the name thing. But as a matter of fact, Wedgie was involved with Rock the Vote too. So I don't, and I hate to bring it up again. I'm sure you guys are sick of it.
It's a rock band, man. What do you want?
Joan Osborne, by the way, had a fantastic crew. All the people involved with her were really cool, and they gave us a lot of phone numbers and a lot of help, and they were really supportive.
From the stuff that you hear on the radio that she does is a lot different than what she does live. People take her as this religious person, whatever, but in reality, she's a great blues vocalist.
Yeah.
In the same vein with Joplin and stuff like that. So.
Tina Turner, young Tina Turner, kind of is what I would compare her to. Yeah.
Kind of easy on the eyes too.
Oh yeah.
Which always
She works it. She's really something to see. A great phenomenon.
You are listening to 107.9 WYNF Sunside. I am Bob Garrett. It is our local music program. In the studio with us is Big White Undies. You heard Acoustic Boulevard earlier performing live. Next Saturday they will be at the Lemon Coast starting somewhere around 9 with New Sense. Go check them out. I have to do this bowling gig next Saturday, but I'll try to make it there by about 12:30.
Bowling gig? What are you doing?
I spin records at a bowling alley. It's a very good time. And Ebonite Galaxy Lanes are very good sponsors. So
Sounds like a wiener.
so we have a good time with that. Let's get into some more music and play one more tune off of the Matter CD from Big White Undies. You can pick this up at your local spec. So this song is called So Real on 107.9 YNF's Unsigned.
Hi, you're listening to 107.9 YNF's Unsigned, and we are
Big White Undies.
all together now.
Big White Undies. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That was cool.
I think that's good.
There we go. Florida's Rock Classic 107.9 YNF and Big White Undies in Card Deck 2 and live here in the studio with us. That was another cut off their Matter CD, song called So Real. They've been here in the studio before. Good friends of YNF's Unsigned here. Appreciate them stopping by again. Anytime they're in Sarasota, we try to get them in the studio because, well, basically, folks, they're friendly boys.
Well,
And you definitely want to go check them out next Saturday. They're going to be at Specs, I believe, from 3 to 6. On
4 to 7.
3 to 6, 4 to 7. They're going to make it up as they go. If you need information about that, 365-90333. 3333 is the phone number. And doing in-store. Are you going to be performing there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be something to see. And then, of course, later on that night at
Yeah, that's a
at the
broken
Lemon
down
Coast.
acoustic thing, too. That's
Oh, something to check out. It'll
yeah,
be
we
nice
love
to
to
see.
do that.
And you got some other,
yeah,
some
we
other
got
dates
some more
coming up.
shows. We're going to be at the Adams Mark on Clearwater Beach, August 10th. That'll be nice.
That's my birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
how old will you be?
birthday.
26.
Oh, right on.
Shark Tooth Fest in Venice, Florida, Sunday, August 11th. And on August 14th, we're back at the Rub in Ybor City in Tampa. And then
That was a good place to play.
I guess we should talk about this if you got a minute. The Music Harvest Festival in Gainesville is a big deal.
Okay.
Every year. This is the fourth annual. We've been playing there every year. We got Space Hog, They Might Be Giants, all of the best of Florida rock and roll, pretty much.
Cool. And you guys will be there as well.
Oh yeah, that's the 4th, 5th, and 6th of October.
Last
And
year they had 70 Florida bands plus Widespread Panic, P-Funk, and John
Fort-
Osborne.
And what's the date on that?
70, yeah.
the 4th, 5th, and 6th of October.
Of October.
It's a big Florida music festival.
And people might be drinking beer and stuff there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's vendors,
what it is
there's
will be
beer. It's at the fairgrounds. It's really first-class operations put on by Gamma from Gainesville.
It's just a blast, period.
It really is.
Definitely something maybe to road trip to.
Oh, yes.
Gainesville.
You can
There's
camp
camping.
There's camping. Yeah, it's amazing, and it's a low ticket price for the whole weekend.
And you guys are going to be doing one set there. It's 3 days, but you guys are doing one set or performing once each day.
One
or-
set.
out. We will be hanging
Yeah.
out the whole time and doing
Yeah,
one
we'll be
set.
there for sure.
What other big plans you got for the future? Anything besides, you're doing the in the van type of thing, getting as many dates and clubs in the area as much as possible. Do you have plans for another CD anytime soon?
Nothing concrete, really. We're just working it and trying to hone in on some of this new material. We haven't really had the time to get in the practice studio and nail down all the new songs that we have working, but we have a large stable. I think the plan would be to try to get into a studio, do some recording in the near future.
Very cool. And anytime you get something together, definitely send it out to us, and we'll play it nonstop for 24 hours a week straight.
Like Stairway, man.
Well, yeah, exactly. But it's a new Big White Undies, WBWU. All Big White Undies. Okay. Geez, we really appreciate you guys stopping by. I want people to go down to the show next weekend at the Lemon Coast and check out Specs as well. And guys, you need to say hi to or anything?
Hi, Joyce. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, Joyce from Specs has been very instrumental in promoting you guys in this area, and hope to see you guys back at the Lemon Coast and anywhere else. We're going to try to get you into Zingers possibly in Bradenton, which is a great place to go see concerts as well.
Zingers.
Also, hi to Summer and Love. We love you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
And speaking of, you guys were talking about the October thing up in Gainesville. Speaking of that, of course, going on right now, Hope is the Low Dose show down in Fort Myers. Pyramids Nightclub is a place. A couple of bands are in there. $7 gets you in the door. You can probably, if you're near Fort Myers right now, scoot down there and check it out. It's only $7 to get you in the door. Well, we've come to the end of the program. Thank you one more time.
Thank you, Bob.
Big White Undies checking in. Always come back and
Great to be here.
keep us updated what's going on. Pat, Dave, Eric, and Josh. The name of the CD is Matter. Pick it up if you can.
Now.
This is Bob Garrett for 107.9 YNF's Unsigned. I believe Neurotica is going to be back here in the studio talking about their trip to New York next week. And maybe
Say hi to those guys for us.
we will. And maybe we'll plan some other stuff, too. You never know with this program. Again, if you're in a local band, you want some airplay, send us a CD or a tape if you can, any kind of press package, and we'll try damn freaking hard to get you on the air. Jet the Fish and Out of Order begins now.
It's Out of Order on WYNF, Coral Cove, Venice, Sarasota, Bradenton, and anyone else who will listen. The all-new 107.9 YNF.
In the future as well. One more time, next Saturday, Big White Undies with New Sense and Acoustic Boulevard. 9 o'clock, the show starts at the Lemon Coast. Go check them out. And I'm sure they'll have CDs and whatnot for you to buy there. And as a matter of fact, Quinky Dink would have it. Big White Undies are in the studio with us, and we'll be talking to them and playing songs from their Matter CD, which you can pick up at Specs as well. After these, stick with us. You're listening to Unsigned.
Airplay for the Unsigned on 107.9 YNF.
Florida's Rock Classic 107.9 YNF, Big White Undies. Title track from their Matter CD, released just this past February. And Big White Undies in the studio with us. You are listening to Unsigned on 107.9 YNF. We do this every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. My name is Bob Garrett, the host of sorts here. Guys, how are you? Welcome back to the program.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Pat, Dave, Eric, and Josh, Big White Undies. And just a couple weeks ago, we had Wedgie in here. We made a couple Big White Undies and Wedgie jokes. Possibly I see a tour here. I don't know. We can get skid marks. Get Acoustic Boulevard to change their name to skid marks.
Keep rolling with the jokes. We never hear those kinds of jokes.
Bring it on through.
I thought I was being original.
I just heard a band name today called Jet Black Stool.
Jet Black Stool?
Yeah.
Another one for the big Undergarment Festival. It's going to outdo Lollapalooza Horde, the Enid Festival, everybody. Can you have any other Big White Undies jokes that you want to get out of the way before we go on?
We'd like to get them all out of the way, Bob.
It's like
Yeah,
quick.
we're named after underwear, thank you.
Yeah. Actually, if I don't have it with me, but we'll play the liner that you guys did for us and talk about your name. It was pretty funny. So
Cool.
But anyway, welcome back to the program. We had you here just about 2 or 3 months ago and played a couple cuts off your CD, which we'll be doing this evening. You happen to be in town here south of Gainesville, where you're based out of, because you did a show in Fort Myers last evening. How did that go?
Great. Always a good time down there at the Indigo Room.
What was the name of the place?
Indigo Room.
Indigo Room, and the crowd was decent, or?
Yeah, they were
It's
scantily clad.
Yeah, it's actually been a little slow there. The owner Ray was telling us last night, but he's not worried about it. He says it's just that time of year.
It's the summertime, and this is that part of Florida, which is based on the seasonal inflow and outflow of tourists and restaurant workers to serve those people. So
And German tourists.
German tourists.
Not funny.
Comedy killer.
Next weekend, just 6 short days from now, you're going to be in Sarasota at the Lemon Coast Bar and Grill on Lemon Avenue in Sarasota, performing with Acoustic Boulevard, who we heard earlier in the program, as well as New Sense, who we also heard early in the program. You guys have played the Lemon Coast before, haven't you?
Once, yeah.
And that was a good show.
Oh yeah.
Playing
that
the
was really
backyard
cool.
beach there.
It was a beautiful night. That
Yeah,
was
it's a very nice scene.
A lot of love in the
I
air.
love the sand
Indeed.
thing. It's like skippers.
Any problem with any bugs or anything like that? Sand mites?
Just in our van.
They're also going to be at Specs for an in-store performance the same day, next Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. Thank you to Joyce for making up the flyers and supporting the band. How have things been going since your last year? You've been selling a lot of CDs, playing enough, working enough,
We've been busy.
not having to wash dishes as much as possible.
Was that a dream, or were we in New York City on Thursday?
This
Yeah.
past Thursday?
Yeah.
What were you guys doing in New York?
We figured if we could make it there.
You could make it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to Atlanta, D.C., New York, this week. We put like, what, 60 hours in the van, I think, something like that.
And that's always a good time.
Yeah, well, it's been all right, actually. It hasn't been too bad.
What were you guys doing up in New York?
We played the Macintosh Music Festival.
Okay.
It used to be the New Music Seminar. It's the big festival up there. Big.
A lot of record reps and big wigs there.
Yeah, supposedly.
Hobnobbing
it
with
was
the
good.
Uber smooches.
Yeah. Did you
played at the Lion's Den in the Village. It was fun.
The band, one of the bands that's performing at our Lodo show this evening, which is currently underway, Hope, is Neurotica. They were just up in New York as well.
I know those guys.
You know those guys?
Yeah, I played with Kelly with Atheist.
Oh, you were an Atheist?
Well, I wasn't in the band. I played on the Elements CD.
Okay.
Recorded
So you know Kelly.
Yeah,
those guys were just up in New York, and we're going to have them on the show next week talking about their time in New York. They did some recording up there with a label that they're working with and possibly working on an Asian deal. So we'll see. I hope good luck to those guys from Sarasota. You guys are from Gainesville. Do you spend most of your time in Gainesville, or have you been doing the around the country type of thing?
Quite a bit of touring around, in and out of Atlanta quite a bit, and we're going to be there about every day for the next month and a half.
Because of the Olympics, of course, that strange sporting event that's happening.
The official
up there.
band of the '96 Olympics.
Are you really?
Yes.
How much did you have to pay? You and McDonald's, right? How come you guys aren't wearing Reeboks is what I want to know. They're official shoe of the... Anyway, why don't we play another song off of the Matter CD from Big White Undies. And we're going to talk about you guys opening up for Blues Traveler and Joan Osborne. Okay. We'll do that after this song. This one is called Wings.
If you're out there, we want to open for you.
If you're out there and you're more rich and famous than they are, give them a call. If you have any questions for the band, you can dial us up here in the studio, 1-800-220-WYNF, which translates to 9963 star 1079 on your GTE mobile net cell phone. Will work as well. Both calls free for you. This is from the Matter CD, Big White Undies. Song's called Wings and 1079 YNF's Unsigned. Florida's Rock Classic 1079 YNF's Unsigned, the show where we play local music, local bands. Sometimes we do acoustic things. Tonight we've been talking to Big White Undies. They have a CD out called Matter. I want you to go out and buy it because it's spectacular. You've heard a good portion of it this evening. Mirrored Image will be here next week. We apologize to them. We can't play their song now. We're going to have to play another Big White Undies song. We will play the crap out of your DAT next week, Mirrored Image. Looking forward to... having them on the show on Unsigned next week at 9 o'clock, every weeknight at 9 o'clock. Guys, it's been great having you in the studio.
Likewise, Bob.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Thank you, Bob.
When's the next time you're going to be in Sarasota? Do we know yet, or?
Within a month or so, you can call our information line and find out.
And we'll probably be playing at the Canega, is it?
I think it's
Canega.
safe to say if you left your address on the message machine with the 800 number, we'd be happy to put it on our mailing list.
Yeah.
And clue you in.
And we will be at the Rub on Wednesday night in Tampa.
Okay. So there's people listening up in St. Petersburg right now, I'm sure. Our signal kind of gets up there.
Hey!
That's the Rub in Tampa in Ybor City, and that's Wednesday night.
Yeah, and anybody in Sarasota want a good road trip, which is not even that far, kids. It's only like a 45-minute drive to get up there to the Rub. It's a good place to see shows. You can see Big White Undie live.
Or call the Lemon Coast. They'll know when we'll be back.
Okay, cool. Giving them a plug as well.
Right.
All right, Big White Undies has been here. Guys, thanks once again.
Thanks again, Bob.
If you come by again, we'll have you, stop in and say hello. We'll be playing your disc as well throughout the summertime. It's Matter. It's Big White Undies. This song is called Not There Yet. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week at 9 o'clock. 79 YNS Unsigned.